this one. But we're going to be jumping into Mirage, our first map of the Grand Finals here at the Starladder I-League in Shanghai. So make sure you're here with us when we come back.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
For CSGO, boys, skins for CSGO, skins for CSGO, cheap and expensive, exchange skins, boys, we have cheap, we have expensive, come here, boys. Skins for CSGO, skins for CSGO, skins for CSGO.
Do not risk. Exchange in 3 clicks. Fast, profitable, safely.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Starladder I-League. Wow, Invitational. I almost forgot what it was called for a second. It's the grand final. I'm a little bit excited, I'll be honest. So going into the final match of today and the whole tournament, we've seen who's finished 3rd and 4th, and now we get to finish things here and now. Renegades looking for revenge and also looking to try and take home the trophy and the bigger portion of that $150,000 prize pool. I do think Renegades, well, clear underdogs in this scenario, but I'm liking the look of the map, actually. I think for them, this really isn't bad at all. I think Mirage is going to be a strong map for them. If they can come out guns blazing, I think they have a decent chance.
Well, we're straight into this one, Tom. No time to wait around. As already up here in B-Apps, and Snack's going to go ahead and take the aggression early on. A man advantage up for VP. Neo inside the site tries his best to stay alive. Nifty over to take him, but Pasha and Snacks putting in some serious work right now to try and start VP off on the right foot. Now all of a sudden is 1 versus 4. Has a lot on his plate, but this man, he is a big eater. He's in with the first frag. 3 more lit to find, and Pasha, he's going to finish off the pistol round. Will go the way of VP. Tom, they've got 1 round under their belts.
Yeah, it's a strong start for Snacks as well. That's what I'm excited about at the moment, because he has been someone who has been a little bit down in the dumps recently. I do think this is definitely a tournament that can get him back on track, and, well, 3 kills for him in the pistol round is definitely a way to get things going. Either way, it's going to be a similar scenario to what we've seen from Renegades quite often in this tournament, where they're not going to fully invest into this second round buy. They're going to opt to save all of their money for that extra utility. Maybe, well, also an AWP is likely, as Nifty has bought absolutely nothing in this round. JKS has done the same, in fact. And it also means that if they do manage to steal a bomb plant in this round, they can actually go for an earlier buy. So I quite like the fact that they bring it in on their T side. The only problem is it can also give 2 rounds for money to be farmed. And with the MP9s, your personal favorites, they're just farming cash at the moment, already picking up 4 kills. One of them will go down, however. JKS doing work with a Glock and a second as well. Okay. Not quite the third. It will be taken down by Snacks, but it's a little bit of damage done.
And of course, Tom, this is the rematch. VP, they've dropped one map this whole event versus Flash Gaming.
Yeah, it wasn't actually versus Renegades.
You know, I mean, then we saw them play versus Renegades in the second stage of this whole thing. And of course, they're able to win it out 2-0. For Renegades, this is a bit of a rematch of a lifetime almost, right? Coming into this versus VP, a team that's been plagued with inconsistency throughout this year, who recently have started to find their form once again. And this is more of a test for VP at this point, I think, just showing that they can win things out in these Tier 2 events easily. And that's what they're hoping to prove. It's a lot on the line for both teams. And VP going to go ahead and win things out 3-0. They find the pistol, convert the two anti-ecos, but now the buy comes in for Renegades, Tom. AWP up for Nifty, rifles across the board, full utility as well. Double AWP setup going to come out straight away for VP, wasting no time in deploying that onto the battlefield.
Yeah, it's going to be quite surprising, I feel, for Renegades, the fact that this double AWP has come into play, but it means if they do manage to win this round, there's going to be a lot of damage done to the economy of Virtus.pro. The chance of a rebuy is slim to none, and, well, it doesn't really matter if they don't win the round. So we've got to see how they're going to be attempting this one. Snacks will spot out Nifty early on. Neither player actually taking a hit, so not too bad for either side. Palace control has gone the way of the T's, and they are just sort of holding a lot of angles at the moment, playing more of a default, waiting back for any aggression. That aggression may be coming out in the form of Taz, who's slowly pushing his way up mid. There is a man waiting in the form of Ustillo, but there is going to be a pop flash coming out, and he may be caught with a nade in hand. He has a little bit of support already. Taz goes for the peak, but won't find anything as of yet. Looking to try and fall back into the site. But Azza from behind, what can he do? Picks up a first, and there isn't a trade.
Equalizer will be found. That's one of the AWPs down in mid. There's the trade in from Taz. They keep things even, 3-on-3, but Naf and JKS, they've made quick work of Bialy out here on A. 45 seconds time ticking away for Renegades. That bomb rotating in, and they're going to try and get it down inside of A. They've got utility left to smoke off the angles. Down goes Taz, and now Snacks in CT, the last hope for VP in this round. The rotation is coming in towards jungle, but is smoked off for the time being. Bomb's gone down. Nifty gonna miss that shot. Snacks, they know where he is. Molotov down to hold him back. The lengthy rotation coming on in from, I think that's Naf over in mid. Peeking around, we see teams do this so often now. Neo starts to sneak in, is anticipating the man from behind. JKS gonna drop Neo. Snacks left 1 versus 2, makes the conscious decision to go ahead and save. Renegades will be in with their first round, all picked up, carried forward for them. And as a result, going off that double AWP so early, Tom, VP's money not going to be looking too great into this round. Imagine we're going to see them opt to force.
Yeah, Neo with a little bit of extra cash, but most of the team really didn't have too much to play with. So I'd suggest that they probably will be going for a buy and maybe bringing up a secondary AWP. That would be pretty interesting. I think we can actually see it just slightly on the screen there. So it's going to be Pasha. Neo's obviously dropped that one over, and then Bialy's managed to pick up a rifle. It's not the worst buy in the world, but it does mean that it's likely to see a bit more aggression coming out from those AWPs already. Lots of damage done by Nifty. Doesn't manage to pick up the kill, so not the end of the world, and Bialy may want to sort of switch up weapons with Taz, give him the M4 instead, have a little bit more of a chance. I think they are actually standing right next to each other, so maybe not making that decision, at least as of yet. Now T's, once again, just going to be waiting patiently. They've already called out a little bit of aggression from the CT side, but doesn't look like there's much more coming. And really, I feel like that's what they need to be doing. They're just sort of anchoring the sights at the moment with those AWPs. One of them in the connector, the other is slowly making its way up short in the form of Snacks. The CTs have so little information, and a lot of this round wants to be more about finding a gamble, stacking a sight, having a little bit more presence, at least on one than the other. But instead, it's more just a normal setup from the CT side. They're unable to really find anything as of yet.
With 40 seconds left, Renegades start to wrap back through T-spawn. Gonna leave one man behind over in mid, the rest of the gang split between Palace and Ramp. Bialy, he's here, he's tagged low, was injured early on in the round by Nifty. He's the one with the rifle trying to make a stand. Taz spotted out, does land a dink, but he's gonna go down. Bialy burnt out into the open, claims one before that trade comes in. Pasha's already down in CT, could wreak some havoc here with the AWP, but JKS locks down the angle. And now Nifty up in mid, shuts down the rotation from Neo. Snacks left 1v3, has no choice but to retreat.
Look at
Renegades gonna get a second. Nifty's gonna beat him here to be. He's been spotted. Here's the man over on short. They want to hunt him down, and Nifty gonna go ahead and eliminate him then, disallow the save. Renegades in with their second round. Now VP finally just gonna have to grit their teeth, go for the eco here, you'd imagine.
I hope the players can't see that, walking into CT spawn and just spotting a giant polar bear eyeing you up. It would be a little bit unnerving, but the only thing unnerving at the moment is the buy that's currently coming in from Virtus.pro. It's only a P250 for Snacks, everybody else just on the straight USPs. Quite surprised we're not seeing more of a stack. Maybe we go for a little bit of aggression instead. Actually taking two players into the ladder room. T-side, this is a round they just want to keep as clean as possible. Make themselves some money. Seems like they've got off to a strong start, and it has to be said, they are a team that seems quite based off momentum. We saw in sort of the interview yesterday with Nifty, he said, like, when we play our game, when everything's going right, we can just feel it in our team. We know we have the firepower to do damage. And then he said against Virtus.pro, he said it didn't feel like us. So I'm hoping today they do feel like them. Otherwise, it will be a little bit weird if they're just sat there feeling a little bit like somebody else. Middle control will now be taken by the T side. Still a couple of players waiting for Virtus.pro, and they just want to make things as costly as possible. Make it more difficult for Renegades to go for any rebuys and catch them into a position where they just don't have the cash later on. That's what it's ultimately about. The chance of winning the round is so slim, and especially with this gamble, they do take an AWP away, but only for a second, as JKS will trade. And already the bomb, well, it's going to be comfortably planted on the A site. There is nobody else here.
Pash has been allowed to get the AWP though, and that's a fairly decent victory here for VP. They can just go ahead and retreat with that. They could try and use it to do some damage here as the take goes in. But I imagine we're going to see Pasha just progress no further than short. They can't afford one in the next round. So saving this is going to be very valuable to VP. Snacks especially has been hitting shots with the AWP in these last few rounds. Sadly, never really seen too much action, always been on the retake. Pasha able to find the first, you can see now pushes in a bit, wants to try and inflict that much more damage onto Renegades in the knowledge that he does have teammates nearby who can carry the AWP forward. Renegades going to be in with their third. They found the equalizer, and since getting onto these rifles, everything has come up their way. Snack's going to actually sneak in with an AK at the end there, so they're going to take two rifles forward. We're going to see the scoreline fall all equal. And now that buy going to come on in from the CTs. Plenty of utility thanks to those two rifles carried into this round. Everything that they could possibly need. Same story for Renegades. When you look across the pond, you can see AWP up on Nifty once again, reinvested in after losing in the previous round, so kept a little bit modest. Full utility across the board, and this time New Still Oak going to be heading over in towards middle, while the rest of the team wrap into apartments, and it's fast out mid. Untamed aggression, but he falls prey to Taz. The crossfire between Connector and Short prevails, and now it falls to the rest of the team to try and provide a solution to this problem. 4 versus 5.
A bit of aggression actually coming out from Snacks, slowly making his way forward into the apartments. They still have players around short, and the T's looking like they've given up on the idea of the B site. They're going to make their way back around towards A. Bomb still dropped, so definitely no dedication to either of the sites as of yet. In terms in the CT side, they've still got that crossfire enabled in Connector and Short. Nifty looking for the peak. Pasha in the same position. He'll open up once again, giving a second frag to this CT side. And Taz is still lurking, still waiting. Bit of utility being expended. Another smoke thrown down by the CT side, and the boost will now come into window. Pasha rotates, but he still hits the shot. Azza will be falling as well. And leaves JKS and Nifty to try and rectify the problems. You have to remember they lost a couple of players in the last round. The money will still be enough in the next. But with 30 seconds left on the clock, they have to make the decision to flee or fight. And by the looks of things, just by the static nature of their positions at the moment, I don't think they're going to be going for this one. So it's a bold prediction.
Yeah. No.
Or a bold prediction.
Very confident in that, Tom. Yeah, 5 players still alive for VP. Good opportunity to start to get some money. Get a bit of a buffer going to avoid that reset. That's kind of was their biggest worry heading into this round. VP going to be in with their 4th. Renegades still with cash to buy. Are going to be allowed to get rifles across the board. Good utility as well. Pasha, this time going to be donning the AWP on his own for VP. The double up setup shut down. Snacks now valued more on the rifle. I imagine largely as well, not due to having no rebuys come in there. Maybe we'll see it get broken out once again. Pasha this time holds off CT. Not going to see him over in middle. 3 players for Renegades, slowly but surely progressing into mid. Taz and Neo with this crossfire setup once again. We saw it prevail in the previous round. It's what netted them the frag early on onto Ustillo. This time, without the man in window, they are allowed just to progress on down to lower mid. Smoke's going to start to dissipate. Taz gets the information that one man is there, and they're going to try boosting up into window. Just trying to catch them on the rotation. It's Snacks coming on round. Set up now to keep an eye on this angle. There is a man in there. It's going to be Azza, who lies in wait. Taz peeks into it. Azza able to find the first. Man advantage now on the cards for Renegades, as you can see, setting up, surrounding this A-bomb site. Players holding mid. Man on ramp, man in palace. It looks like instead it's going to be the B call as players now start to progress through short. JKS rotating out of T-spawn. Pasha has just thrown a massive spanner in the works though with that frag. Gonna lose out on one man over here at ramp. It's one of these faking players down. Nifty now stands here alone. The rest of Renegades start to progress inside of B. Neo, he has to try and buy time, 4 rotations, hold this site down on his own. Didn't spot Azza over towards short. Now gets his bearings, understands what's going on. Only 17 seconds here. Neo going to be forced out into the open, falls prey to Naf. No time bought as that bomb goes charging into the site. Going to try and get that down. Snacks pushes in, falls prey to Azza, who doubles down in this round. And now Pasha and Bialy. Make that just Bialy, 1 versus 4. Players closing in from behind. Time working against him. He has to push into this one. And Azza, it's 3 monstrous frags for him, as he drives home a 4th round for Renegades.
Yeah, great positioning all the way through that round from Azza, just holding off different angles, making sure the push back into the site was nigh on impossible. And they will now even back up that scoreline once again, and this is where just money becomes a problem for Virtus.pro. They've got an AWP onto Pasha, that's the first thing brought up, and he is currently top fragger in the server. And interestingly, it's the man who, well, Mr. Impact, Ustillo, who's currently only got 1 frag, so definitely someone we want to see stepping up. Actually a tactical pause called by Renegades, which is quite interesting. They just won themselves around, clearly wanting to make sure they're ready to, well, sort of streak the rounds together. And actually, we're going to have a second AWP pick straight back up, glass cannon from Snacks. So again, it's one of those sort of sketchy buys from Virtus.pro. Utility is at a minimum. A couple of UMPs as well, which only just about give them a small amount of utility, as Bialy and Neo were so low on cash. And this is a great opportunity for Renegades to not only take themselves the lead, but also have a streak. And Pasha has been uncharacteristic of this game so far. He's going to miss the opening shot.
Renegades have been allowed to get players out over into middle. Molotov into connector, start to push on down. Pasha does hold the angle, lies in wait. Quick flick up to Ustillo. Man advantage taken here for VP. 3 players for Renegades still up in apartments. They have to be cautious here as Snack starts a rotation back into the site. Gonna self-boost up, holds down the fort. Nifty first man to fall on the push into B. Bringing the man advantage now 2 in favor of VP. Snack still posted up here. Stands inside the B-bomb site on his lonesome as Neo goes down at short. Snacks backs away. Azza in with the flank, goes ahead and gets rid of him. Pasha over on short, chimes down Death with the AWP. Man advantage in favor of VP, but the bomb is down. Now forces them into the retake, and Taz already inside the site. They have no idea that he's here. JKS lands the shot though, and now it's a 2-on-2. Bialy inside the site with a UMP, going to be able to get the trade, leaves it all on Naf at bench. Oh, pow, Pasha goes down, Naf with the second! And there it is, Tom. That's how you clutch out a round, Naf. RNG on the side of Renegades as they manage to get themselves a 5th.
Secondary AWP for the team. Secondary AWP. That was sick from Naf. Right at the end of the round, just clutching it out. Takes down Bialy and Pasha, and it's crucial. It's so deadly now because the money is just not there for Virtus.pro. Once again, they're going to have to go in with P250s and USPs, and this, you can already see, Renegades know. They've got themselves the MAC-10s. They're looking to try and farm up some cash, buffer their own economy, but Naf, he's not stopping after the previous round. Doubles down right at the beginning. Picks up a couple. Opens up that A site completely. Nustillo is one of the men who probably want to pad his stats a little bit. He's going to be pushing in and instantly removes Snacks from the action. Does have to deal with Neo, and actually going to lose that battle, so that's 1 at least. His position is now known, he's only on 6 HP. Not expecting much more as the A site will now be taken. Pasha trying to be a little bit sneakier. They're going to check the angle, they will, and he's not quite ready for Azza to come jumping in. Neo left with a MAC-10. Not really something he's going to care too much about saving. He'll be gaining the $600 that comes from getting a kill with this SMG. This is a pretty good start from Renegades. You have to remember they did lose the pistol, so it's only actually 1 buy round so far going the way of Virtus.pro. And yeah, it really shows how crucial that individual play from Naf was.
Oh. Yeah, no, not sure it's very safe in there. Gonna go ahead and retreat into T-spawn. Renegades like to keep 4 players alive. As you say, looking good right now, Tom. They've won all but 1 of these rifle rounds. VP still yet to really find their footing. Only 2 rounds behind, but that's mainly due to the pistol and those 2 anti-ecos you get on the back of it.
I think another thing to mention as well is from what we've seen from Renegades so far, it's actually been their CT sides that have been the better. Against Virtus.pro last time, against Hellraisers as well, it was their CT sides that were the stronger of the 2. So to already have 6 rounds on the T side of Mirage, very good start for them. It is the buyback in and a complete switch up. Not much utility for the CT side. So what are they going to do? Go aggressive, taking mid control. Taz will hold the flank while the other 2 players make their push. There is somebody waiting. It's going to be Ustillo. And they do have to be careful because they've been caught out by Azza before, just flanking in from underground once this push has been spotted. Rest of the Ts, or 3 of them at least, are set up over towards that A ramp. And at the moment, the CT side have spotted absolutely nothing. Still just lurking in mid.
You're still going to start to push on up. We'll quickly discover the players do reside here. Pasha's fallen, Snacks goes charging on in, tries to get the trade. Which goes out. There's no way that Ustillo survives through this one. Smoke will fall in.
No.
He's had to get away with it somehow. He has stayed alive for the time being. As are going to fall in the meantime.
They predict that push.
Counts his lucky stars. And now looks to rejoin it with the rest of the team. The bomb's already made its way over here to the B bomb site. JKS tries to sell the fake. As he gets their attention over on A, deals damage to Taz. Prevents the rotations to come in. Bialy and Taz now pinned down on the A bomb site. Leaves Snacks. 1 versus 3 inside of B. They're going to deal with JKS. He was the man preventing these rotations. Now Snacks, the world's his oyster, and oh, well, as you say it, Neo left to mop up the players inside the site. Nifty, 1 versus 3. First deals with the man on short. Now, Ali and Taz have to work together to contend with someone who's caused so many problems for VP. They're just going to bypass each other. Taz hasn't spotted him yet. Jumps on in. Nifty in with a second. Taz, 1 versus 1 time ticking down.
Oh.
Nifty misses the shot. The defuse will come in. And there's just enough time left on it. VP, they're able to get themselves that round. They will take a 5th, but it goes right down to the wire, Tom.
I thought he had it. I thought he had that. The peek out from Taz is a risky one at that. Could have, well, he would have had to 10-second diffuser, I suppose. Doesn't have a kit. That's the main problem in that battle, but Taz baits in the position. Nifty not able to connect the shot, which, wow, disappointing, it has to be said. It was such a good attempt. 1 versus 3. The thing is now, they still have the money. They still have the chance to buy back into this round. They're actually going to be throwing down the Molotov. It means that if their smoke does land in the window, it will deny it. However, Ustillo, quick push out. Neo has just been absolutely ruined on short. Now VP setup, already weakened by the fact that they lost so many players in the last round, has a player weakness as well.
Bomb starting to push down over here towards short. You're still going to be waiting for the push on in. Why isn't waiting ladder room? Right now, there's people on site. Seems to be a constant weak point for VP, one that Renegades can just waltz on into. You know, the aggression down mid's netted them the man advantage, as you correctly stated, Tom, and now they're sitting pretty. Don't want to risk throwing that away to VP. Allow them to find the equalizer. Snack's going to be holding close here on short with the UMP. Has the M4 there to swap out to. That clock just whittling down. Renegades still holding on to mid, but they haven't gained much ground in the meantime. Look at this as Piali's gone so aggressive all the way out through T-ramp. Hasn't spotted anyone, but that leaves Taz inside of A, all on his lonesome. Snacks does take 1, but as Taz and him fall in unison, the A bomb site has come crumbling down. Bialy could potentially drop the bomb if he was just a little bit faster, but Pasha now has to hold off B. He'll walk into the waiting arms of Azza, leaving this all on the back of one man. Bialy, the one who went flanking. Now left in a 1 versus 3. First going to deal with JKS. All that's done, though, is ring the dinner bell. They know exactly where he is. Nifty going to miss that shot down to short. Azza peeks out. Bialy's fully flashed, takes a second. But Nifty will be in with the trade, quick to do it. And Renegades onto a 7th now, Tom.
These rounds have been ridiculously close, but Renegades in these clutch situations have been winning them. And the thing is, with this T-side economy, it's normally a lot easier to get yourselves these extra buys. So even with only 1 player remaining, Renegades are going to have absolutely no trouble, and that's the complete opposite for Virtus.pro. We saw them in the first few rounds wanting to pick up double AWPs. They've struggled to even get a singular AWP in the last few. And in this round, well, they're getting next to nothing. 4 P250s. Taz will have himself the USP. And once again, they're just going to attempt to try and do some damage. Now, it has to be said, Renegades still don't have much cash either. But the chance to reset them is fairly reduced by just the amount of rounds that are actually left in this half. Renegades are going to be looking to try and claim all of them. This is their map pick. We've seen them change the maps that were initially thrown in when they played earlier in this tournament. One of them will come up as the 3rd map. The other Inferno was actually banned out by Renegades, which for me was actually quite a surprise because it was more mistakes made by Renegades that I feel lost them that map. In this, there haven't really been any yet, and it's definitely refreshing from them. All of them now going to gather up over towards this A site. 2 players will be here to defend it, but really isn't much to defend it with. That's the real problem. Virtus.pro just wanting to take a frag or 2, maybe stealing a weapon like they did last time. Other than that, we'll see what Bialy and Taz can do.
Yeah, Bialy's here, PT50 in hand, not expecting too much from him, going to get beheaded. Ustillo doubles down, and it is just destruction inside of A. 3 remaining players for VP, not even going to bother showing their heads. Instead, wait to see if they can find any damage on the exits. Snacks gets out of there. Now they just hold middle. Renegades looking like they could very easily go flawless. You still are going to get tagged down low, so maybe speak too soon, but as padding those stats, finds the eco frags, leaves this now all on Snacks, who is able to get one at least. Will be it for him as the flank comes in from behind. Now should be quick to mop this up, and there you go, Renegades in with their 8th. VP only 2 rifle rounds to their name. And the scary thing right now for me is Naf. You know, we've seen Renegades play this map a hell of a lot. And whenever they do, Naf's always the man up at the top of the board. It's just a question of who's going to be there to join him.
Look at it. 11 and 9, 9 and 7, 9 and 7, 9 and 7. It really isn't any level of weakness at the moment for Renegades. Every single player is here. Every single player is ready and raring for that trophy. And it's actually not going to be a buy coming in from Virtus.pro. They had 3,900. They could have just gone for rifles and some Kevlar. Instead, they decided, okay, this time we are just going to save. We're going to buy up the pistols and only aim for 6 rounds on their CT side. So it is going to have to be a strong T-sided half. Now, if there's any team in the world that could do it, it is going to be this one. Already Bialy with the CZ. Almost doubles down. Azza left on just 1. They're actually going to retreat back, leave JKS to try and do a bit of extra damage. He will. Takes down Neo. Gives them the man advantage back, but he's, well, sorry, Nifty's been tagged low as well. There's still hope here for VP.
Oh, damage exchanged as Taz and JKS go blow for blow. Azza's on 1 HP. Nifty with only 20. So right now, Renegades, they're not looking too healthy. 50 seconds left and counting. And everything's grinded to a halt here for Renegades. They've slowed right down, and VP, they might have just fallen for this fake. Renegades, they peel back off the A-bomb site. VP, they take the gamble. They've rotated into the B-bomb site. Taz is actually pushed up and scouting out, and he's seen nothing. So sooner rather than later, the penny should drop. The rotation should come in, and there we go. Pasha starts to head back over towards A, but it might be too little too late. Right now, Taz could be the man to make all the difference. Sneaking on through T-spawn could be the linchpin in this round. They're going to lose Pasha in CT. Snack starts the rotation in. It's Taz in Palace, who could wreak havoc. Only 10 HP. First frag on a Nifty found. Now it's the 2-on-3. He has the AWP. Going to start to fall back and elect to save it. Only on 10 HP himself, so leaves this on Snacks. 1 versus 3. Turns it into the 1-on-2. Nath gets the trade, and Taz, well, he runs for the hills, keeps the AWP into the next round for Virtus.pro. And that does enable them, of course, to have one with the armor behind it. And they could have got one otherwise, so it's going to come in handy. Renegades, they'll be able to get themselves a 9th here. A fantastic T-side, and that's not something we're used to seeing from Renegades.
That was almost the second double spray down we've seen from Bialy with the CZ. We saw an Inferno in that incredible sort of pistol round that he managed, and almost again, very, very close, and that could have been the difference. That 1 HP may have given them away back into that round. It doesn't, and Renegades, well, they're already looking better than we saw on that Inferno match where they were losing to these pistol rounds. They've been pretty good at holding on to them. Some of them have been close, like the one we just witnessed, but it doesn't matter. They're 9-5 up. Double AWP setup will come in. The one saved, and of course, one brought up by Pasha. Taz going very aggressive. He has support from Neo. All the players in middle at the moment are completely blind. And Naf has already crossed. I don't think Taz knows this, and that's already going to be the equalizer. And a second from Naf, hitting those headshots, but still 3v3 as Pasha's able to trade.
Good JKS. Bialy finds himself 2 strays out on A. Now it is just Naf left, 1 versus 3. But as I was saying, Tom, just rounds ago, this man, he makes Mirage his playground. The bomb is down in mid. Naf's in with 2. He has to ace it for the win here. And Pasha is knocking on his door. Sees him jump down, and there's Pasha to finish things up. Up close. Pasha's able to go ahead and get them one more, but that's not exactly the happiest face we've ever seen on that man. I think they were hoping for a few more rounds.
Yeah, of course. I think that's an excellent half from Renegades. And as said, throughout this tournament, it has been the CT side of this team that has looked the better of the two. So it's looking good. It's looking very good for Renegades. They've got every single player up on the map at the moment. I think Ustilo may be wanting to do a little bit more. But again, as said, they've been stronger on that CT side. So if he can step up with them, there is, of course, a chance they can take this first map. And they're definitely in the driver's seat at the moment. Of course, from Virtus.pro's perspective, this is a tournament that they should be winning. This is a trophy that they should be taking home, a prize pool that should be hitting the Virtus.pro bank accounts. But Renegades are definitely not going to let them have it easy. Second half will be up and coming, a pistol round that could equalize things for Virtus.pro or give Renegades a 3-round lead, or a further 3-round lead, a 6-round lead. That's quick maths for you, Harry.
That was good, Tom. Flawless. As you say, second half about to be underway. Both of these teams so hungry for that trophy. For Renegades, you know, I mean, it would mean beating Legends, a team that's already beat them once in this tournament, coming back and getting the revenge. And for VP, it's all about making the statement that, you know, they are recovering from that dark pit of despair we saw them fall into. VP. 3 sets of armor. Deagle up for Pasha. PT50 smoke flash on Bialy, sorry. And VP going to be throwing in the smokes and flashes out towards JKS. Will be traded. Taz pushing on in. Takes the duels close with the Glock. Naf takes his head off in response, and the frags going left and right. Nifty. Able to take one more. Sneaking on by. It's going to be Snacks, who now holds the angle close. They have no idea that he's there. Finds himself one. Wants to get a little bit more. Nice bounce. Snacks will do it. Pistol round going to go the way of VP, and that's exactly how they needed to start this second half, Tom.
Only Snacks. Only Snacks could do that. Walks straight through the smoke, hides in the corner. Not only does he get one of the remaining kills, but he also knifes another. A little bit of BM from VP, and well, that's going to stack him with cash for this round, can buy utility and get himself that AK-47. Once again, we're going to see the same from Renegades. This is something to mention as well. They're still in the lead even after losing both pistols. It will likely be the equalization, as they aren't a team who likes to invest too heavily in these second rounds. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm a big fan of them just saving for their full buys. If the pistols don't necessarily work, don't do it. Don't go for it. Make sure that you can have what you feel comfortable with. It likely means that we will see at least one up. Now, it has to be mentioned as well, Naf has been very good with that second AWP, so I'm almost hoping that he picks it up. Whether he does it into this first buy round, I'm not so sure. But we will have to wait and see. Either way, from Virtus.pro, they are going to be pushing into what is pretty much a stack. There's actually 4 players around here, and a nice start as Pasha is already tagged down to just 5 HP. JKS up above will be dealt with by Neo. Azza will at least find one.
They've been allowed to get into the site, really hoping that Renegades don't do too much damage here when you look at how little they invested. Neo's already gone down, Pasha's on 5 HP, and Ustilo on this flank could do some serious damage. Snacks reads the situation well, holds the angle, the timing though. Oh, you hate to see it, Tom. You're still able to find that frag on a Snacks. Now he has an AK to try and work some magic with. He will just decide to save. Going to try and fall out of there, but Pasha does lie in wait. Looking to try and complicate matters further. You can see Naf's rotating in to try and assist Ustilo here in escaping from Palace. And Naf should get the drop on Pasha. Only 2 players surviving for VP, an AK and a UMP carried forward, and this is where we're going to see pistol and armor brought up, you'd imagine. Didn't do it in the previous. They have money, could even full buy into this round to try and shake things up because VP's economy is so low.
I'd almost be tempted to just go for it. Now, Naf making a little bit of extra cash in that last round. He can afford to just buy armor behind this, and I wonder if Ustilo will do the same. It's a little bit more of a risk. I hope that if he doesn't, that he'll drop the AK over to Naf instead, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case at the moment. It's going to be a quick push in from Virtus.pro straight in towards this site. Lots of players here for the CT side. They have to clear this one out. They've already done plenty of damage in the last round. There's a player close. JKS picks up 2. And Justilo's got another one as well. Justilo doubles himself. And this is a slaughter. Only 1 kill comes in for Virtus.pro. And barely anything invested for Renegades, but they'll steal around.
And I mean, that is as bad as it gets for VP. Renegades, they only bought up 1 set of armor. They had the weapons carried forward from the previous round, and they did it on the back of that alone. Now they've got so much money. The reset, not even a factor coming into this. The only man who's at all down in the dumps is Nifty, and that's because he's got himself the AWP. VP have to take this one on the chin, go for the eco, and already Azza able to open up in mid. Pasha's fallen. They've spotted Nifty out over on short, desperate to try and get the AWP, but damage done. Nifty and Naf shut this down over in mid. Renegades on at 2 and 11th. And right now, Tom, the plow that we had seen just steaming through this tournament has started to run low on fumes, or fuel rather, running on fumes. Buying about to come back in. But right now, Renegades, they are very much in the driving seat of this one.
Yeah, that round has really thrown a spanner in the works. As said, they've lost both pistols. They still sit in the lead, and they have a huge boost to their economy as well. It's going to be absolutely massive for the CT side, and Virtus.pro then investing a small amount into pistols, but they won't be able to do any damage straight back. So a strong position moving into that CT half. We are going to see the buyback from the T side, but it is still a fairly limited one. Neo going to be on the scout. Rest of the team at least with rifles, but utility has taken quite a bit of a hit, and you can look at the money on the other side. Most of the players are around the $7,000 mark, and they didn't even win themselves the pistol. That's just crazy to be in that sort of state. T's at least, they're going to try and take the fight into middle. Nifty has got his AWP, will be waiting. Flashbang doesn't let him see too much, but he will take down Taz and leave the bomb in mid.
Things have already gone fairly downhill here. Nifty's just allowed to peek over the top, doesn't quite find the shot. The bomb can be retrieved now. Pasha, in the meantime, starts to flank in through lower tunnels. Or top mid, rather. It's actually Snacks down here in lower tunnels. Nifty going to start some aggression up into apartments, holds the angle. And there is a man there. Bialy close to walking into the crosshair, edges forward. Nifty takes that all day long, and he's onto a double now. 3 players left for VP. Holding down middle. They have taken control, but they've gained very little ground elsewhere. And at a massive cost to the team. 2 men down. Naf so far in the back line. He can hear these players rotating round. Naf can single-handedly win this round here and now. Does land damage, but Snacks is quick. And VP, just like that, they're back in with a shot in this round. Start to make their way over here towards B. Nifty's holding short. If Pasha finds this, that could be huge, but Nifty, 3 frags to his name, wants to try and make it 4. He's going to get it. Snacks does get the trade, but Justilo's here. Lands the trade, and Renegades on to round number 12. VP once again with no money, and Tom, it's not looking good for them here. Renegades should be on to a 13th, unless something goes gravely wrong in this CT side defense.
Yeah, we've seen it happen from them before, but not in this sort of form. They are looking impeccable. Nifty just styling. In this round, he's actually bought a UMP, knowing the state of the economy for Virtus.pro. Is just going to look to try and farm up a little bit of extra cash. T-side are going to be making their way out of Palace, looking to try and get themselves a bomb plant. Nifty there, already farming up cash, and JKS is there to support him as well. Bomb dropped down. No damage done, and it's going to be simple stuff for Renegades.
13-8, map number 1 in this best of 3 series to decide who gets the largest share of that $150,000 prize pool. And these 2 teams having already Having already met already. That doesn't make any sense. Let's just
Having
brush
already
over
met.
that. I mean, we saw VP win out convincingly there, 2-0. This time, the Renegades, they've come in swinging. They're looking almost like a different team. Nifty aggression up towards Palace will be kept at bay. The flash from Snacks holds him back. Nifty hungry for a little bit more. Finally admits defeat to the smoke grenade. Falls back more passive into the site while 3 players for VP continue to hold ramp. Now throw in the smokes and flashes to cut off the major avenues into the A-bomb site. Smoke for the cross and 1 down in CT, but Nifty's peeked past it. JKS on Warhead holds close. Gonna lose Nifty now. JKS, the only man left alive here inside the site, tries to buy time. Snacks does get the trade, but Naf in with 2 massive frags. He's dropped the bomb out in the open. Snacks gonna go down. Pasha's left 1 versus 3 in the back line. Able to take 1. That nade does massive damage. Pasha's pushed in. Has the bomb on his back, but the flank from Ustilo going to go unchecked. Right behind Pasha. And he will go down. Renegades in with a 14th. And VP, once again, very little money in those bank accounts. It's getting desperate now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how many rounds in a row. I don't think they've actually lost a round since the pistol, or since the second round, sorry, which is pretty ludicrous from Renegades. They've just been streaking together this CT side, and well, now it's only going to be pistols for Virtus.pro. They're saving and going to try and fight this back to overtime. It's going to be a difficult stretch for them. Now, we have seen work done with pistols, but already Nifty is going to start things off. Pasha goes running into the site. There's a bit of a crossfire here. Nifty not going to be hitting the shot, and he may get overwhelmed, but JKS is there to defend him from below still. Trades coming in. Snack's going to be left alone, but already he's picked up 2 kills in this round. The bomb is down, but he spotted both players. Should know that they are coming in from short. Going to go for the plant. Back in from the connector. The CTs will be coming. He spots the first. Doesn't quite manage to finish off Ustilo. Azza is there alongside him. They've got so much utility that surely there's no way that Snacks can get out of this. Peak going to be coming in, and Ustilo, well, he's there to finish. Orp going to be picked up and saved. And Renegades are going to get a 15th map point.
And Renegades coming to this, definitely the underdogs. So many teams on a stage like this versus a team like VP just buckle under the immense pressure. Renegades right now, I mean, resembling, it's sort of like metamorphic rock. They're not buckling under the pressure, they're molded by it. 15-8. Map point to Renegades on their map pick. The buy comes in from Virtus.pro. The AWP up for Pasha. Full utility across the board. Nifty maintains the AWP for Renegades. Haven't seen Naf on it in a while. The rifle has been working out brilliantly for him. Nifty this time over at short, changing up position every single round, keeping VP guessing, and it's been a pivotal part of this CT side. Doesn't peek into middle just yet. The smoke's gone down in window. They don't have any information on how many have crossed out. So he opts to play things safe. Renegades, they are at the finish line. All that's left to do is crush it here in map number 1.
Yeah, VP, they are going to slow things down. Just look to try and take over middle control, though it seems to have been gifted, and instead CT side are taking control of their own, already pushing towards ramp, clearing it out. That will be JKS with a lot of information. They don't, however, know that Bialy is currently in Palace and maybe making his way out soon. Boost actually going to be coming in over towards short. And Ustilo has been spotted. That should be a freebie kill, but actually it's only the tag. Damage done by Pasha. Nifty here over towards bench, but both players actually going to fall back instead. The T's taking the slight HP advantage, and as the peak comes in, Nifty will find the first. They're going to advance onto his position, and actually, after pushing through ramp, it's a complete misread from Renegades. They're going all the way around and not realizing that the T's are now making through connector. Instead, it's just going to have to be a setup with a retake from Renegades because they're not on the site at all.
And in theory, there should have really been no way for them back into this round, but as they find Taz and CT, things now have been opened up for them. Snax holds window, able to take down the first as a player coming in from behind, but now Snax left 1 versus 4, does at least deal with the first. JKS out from Palace. And he will crown Renegades the winner in map number 1. They're able to pick this up, Tom. They go 1-0 in the series. A fantastic first map from them, VP. When you think about the fact that they got both pistol rounds, Tom.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And they only manage so few rounds on the back. I think they would have had, what, 3 rounds were it not for the pistols in total. That is utterly ridiculous. Renegades looking fantastic right now. Map number 2 is going to be coming up. That's going to be Train, the pick of VP. And it's do or die for them now.
Yeah, this was not the way that I expected this to go. I did think that it was going to be the sort of best chance on this map out of all of the ones coming up in this series. I think Mirage was definitely the one where I looked in and thought, okay, it's a strong map for Renegades, but either way, just sort of a weird scenario to see how dominant they were.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, VP not looking like how they've looked at this whole tournament. Of course, they've only dropped 1 map, and that was versus Flash on day 1. Since then, they haven't dropped anything, and Renegades coming in, winning the first map. Fantastic stuff from them.
Yeah, either way, I think we are going to be heading off to a quick break, and then it will be going back to the desk to break this one down.
CS.money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
For CSGO. Boys, skins for CSGO. Skins for CSGO. Cheap and expensive. Exchange skins, boys. We have cheap, we have expensive. Come here, boys. Skins for CSGO. Skins for CSGO. Skins for CSGO.
Do not risk. Exchange in 3 clicks. Fast, profitable, safely.